Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Jessica Hanks. I am the Associate Dean of Academic Affairs for the University of Illinois College of Medicine at Peoria. To our students, their friends and family, to our faculty and staff and university representatives, I welcome you to the virtual convocation for the class of 2021. Our celebration this year is a two-part hybrid ceremony. During the first part, we will have the traditional components of our convocation, with the graduating students' names announced for the degree presentation, followed by a live hooding ceremony. At the point indicated in your program, we will announce each of the graduates. Graduates will be presented in alphabetical order, as indicated in your program, except for the James Scholars, who will be called following the other students. Now I would like to acknowledge the efforts of several people in the planning and preparation for this convocation. Dr. Eileen Doherty, Assistant Dean for Student Affairs, for her assistance in planning and coordination of this event. Ms. Jamie Belcher, Student Services Coordinator in Student Affairs, for her creativity, hard work, and support. Ms. Bonnie Willis, Office Administrator in Academic Affairs, for her ongoing support. Please note in the program the acknowledgement of the students, the class of 2021 selected to be part of the traditional convocation, but who are not able to participate in this virtual ceremony. Thank you to all of you who make this day memorable for the class of 2021. We would also like to thank WTVP for their assistance in making this virtual convocation a success. Today, we have gathered to celebrate our 48th convocation ceremony and present 49 members of the class of 2021. The Peoria campus was established in 1970. 2021 marks 51 years since the inaugural class. When the first class graduated in 1973, we had 18 students. Today, these students join over 2,100 fellow physicians as proud alumni of the University of Illinois College of Medicine, Peoria. Each class that graduates from the College of Medicine is special and unique. However, the class of 2021 is our first full graduating class of the Illinois medicine curriculum. This class marks the transformation of Peoria to a four-year campus. This class has embarked on a journey with faculty and staff over the last 4 years that has been unparalleled in the history of medical training in Peoria. They have left an indelible mark on our Peoria campus and our medical community. In addition to curricular changes, their medical education has been marked by other forces that impacted their training. They have had their clinical medical education altered by the global pandemic, which restricted their participation in patient care, altered their Phase 2 education, and affected their Phase 3 rotations, including the process for applying to residencies. In addition, the last year has been marked by ongoing discussion on social justice and structural racism, including within the healthcare system, a discussion many of our students have been actively engaged in participating in. Today marks a milestone for the graduating class of 2021. While we would all rather be together in person, we come together today to mark the end of one phase and the beginning of another. You have reached this day through hard work, perseverance, and resilience. As you reflect upon the transformation that you have underwent since your first day as of medical school until now, you have met new friends, gained new knowledge and skills, laughed, cried, and overcame hurdles to get to this point. You deserve it. The events that require a virtual convocation are the very events of why you enter the profession of medicine. You are the future of medicine. Just as we celebrate 51 years of UE Comp and reflect on all the changes, imagine what you will accomplish over the next 50 years. As you transition to the next stage, you will treat mothers, sisters, daughters, sons, brothers, fathers, and grandparents. It is with that attention to each patient that the humanistic application of all that you have learned in these last 4 years occurs. This will make a difference in their lives as well as yours throughout your career. Today, we celebrate and recognize your accomplishments. We are very proud of you. No one accomplishes a major goal without the help of others. These students have reached their goal with the help of many people in their lives, many of you watching today. The class of 2021 would like to recognize their mothers and fathers, husbands, wives, partners, children, grandparents, relatives, and friends. In addition to the support from loved ones, we are fortunate to have faculty dedicated to teaching and outstanding staff. Now, we will turn our attention to Dr. Mark Rosenblatt, the Executive Dean of the College of Medicine. Dr. Rosenblatt is a corneal surgeon and a highly accomplished physician-scientist with a National Institute of Health sponsored research program, exploring mechanisms to regenerate corneal nerves following corneal injury. His primary focus is innovation in the translation of basic discoveries in the laboratory into relevant therapies for patients. Prior to joining the faculty as department head in October 2014, Dr. Rosenblatt was director of the Margaret M. Dyson Vision Research Institute and vice chair of ophthalmology at Weill Cornell Medical College. Dr. Rosenblatt has made significant contributions to our understanding of corneal nerve regeneration, as well as the establishment of innovative models for investigating corneal nerves. Dr. Rosenblatt's clinical practice focuses on laser vision corrective surgery, the treatment of cataracts and corneal disease. He is board certified in ophthalmology. In March of 2019, Dr. Rosenblatt resigned his position as department head in order to take on his current position as executive dean of the College of Medicine. He remains on the faculty of Department of Ophthalmology and Visual Sciences. It is my pleasure to welcome Dean Rosenblatt.
Graduating students, it is with the utmost joy that I share with you today a congratulatory and hope-filled message. This is a special day and a proud achievement, and you should be proud. Don't deny yourself that, because this is a day when all of the training, all of the hours of study, and all of the moments when you forced yourself to push forward to this goal have come to fruition. Each of you knows a lot about delayed gratification, but today you get to enjoy the fruits of your Herculean efforts. While I cannot be with you in person today in Peoria because of the COVID-19 pandemic, I celebrate you and I celebrate with you. We all wish that we could share this moment together as a group with family, friends, and colleagues in attendance, but we're not yet able to declare victory over this coronavirus. And so we continue to limit our gatherings and work to do our part to prevent the spread of COVID-19. And because of this generational pandemic, you have traversed this past year in unique and certainly challenging ways. The pandemic has had a profound impact on the lives of so many. Undoubtedly, each of you faced challenges that may have affected you personally and professionally during the time. I commend you for overcoming these obstacles and earning your degree. The world needs you, your skills, your compassion, and your care. With graduation comes the anticipation of what lies next. Your careers will take you in amazing and challenging directions. I'm confident the foundation in science, medicine, and service to community that you have received at the College of Medicine has prepared you for your continued and future outstanding achievements. As your careers advance, you will continue to contribute to the body of scientific knowledge, promoting our tradition of lifetime learning, which continues to be a cornerstone of the educational mission of our college. Not only will you excel in your chosen field of specialization, but you will also continue to assume leadership positions and take great joy in mastering new skills, applying novel ideas, and solving complex clinical and research problems. You represent the very finest examples of the college's mission. It is my sincere hope that you will continue to apply what you have experienced as students of the College of Medicine. That is passion in your pursuits, compassion for and dedicated service to your patients, and excellence in every aspect of your lives. With that, I wish you a heartfelt congratulations. Enjoy this day. Be safe and be healthy.
Thank you, Dean Rosenblatt. And now we'll have our alumni welcome address by Dr. Rossi. Dr. Michael Rossi graduated from University of Illinois College of Medicine, Peoria in 2009. Dr. Rossi did his general surgery training at University of Illinois College of Medicine, Chicago. He followed with a plastic surgery residency at the University of Texas. Dr. Rossi is a cosmetic, plastic, and reconstructive surgeon in San Diego, California. Please welcome Dr. Michael Rossi.
Greetings, graduates. I'm Dr. Michael Rossi, a 2009 proud alumnus of the University of Illinois Peoria Medical School and an award-winning plastic surgeon in San Diego, California. I'm currently entering my 4th year of private cosmetic surgery practice in one of the most competitive areas in the world for my field. It is my great honor to address you all and offer a few words of advice and encouragement only 12 years removed from the same seats that you sit in now. I'd like to start off by offering you all sincere congratulations and welcoming you to the prestigious fraternity of medical doctors in the United States, the country with the best and most advanced healthcare in the world. You're all exceptional individuals who have no doubt displayed perseverance, drive, resilience, disappointment, stress, and come out better individuals with deeper understanding of yourselves and your desire to help others. You're all about to go your separate ways, spread out across our great nation, and enter a time of unprecedented transition in personal and professional growth that is very unique to all the professions in the world. You have made it through the very first stage of medical education, but your next stage, on the job training and the start of lifelong learning and striving to constantly improve your fund of knowledge and skill in your chosen field, is only just beginning. You are embarking on the most difficult, trying, nerve-wracking, but gratifying and unforgettable stage of your careers. It was one of the best times of my life and my training. I would like to spend a few minutes offering you some pearls of advice to always keep in mind, in the back of your mind, as you hone your craft en route to becoming exceptional patient advocates and protectors of the sanctity of our great profession. My first piece of advice, and perhaps the most important one, is be kind and always stay true to who you are. You will grow and change in many ways while weathering the stressors of your residencies and eventual fellowships. But it is important to remain authentic, patient, and not let your lack of sleep, stress, or adversity cause you to treat others poorly. Don't listen to doubters or start to question yourself or your reasons for choosing this special field based off the interactions with a handful of negative attendings, residents, nursing staff, etc., who may make you feel defeated at times. Those individuals and moments are all a huge part of your growth as a person and physician and will occur no matter how intelligent, diligent, or hardworking you may be. Don't become jaded or treat ancillary staff, future junior residents, medical students, etc., with any less respect than you would wish to be treated yourself. These are your team members and they are vital to delivering exceptional patient care. How you treat others is the single most significant impact you can make on a day-to-day basis as a doctor. You now have a title that makes a large portion of our population look up to you. Do not abuse the power and prestige that comes with the MD behind your name. Always make sure you are using it for good, but never let it define you or become all you know. My next piece of advice is to do everything in your power to be an advocate for patients and to protect our medical system. It is easiest to take the path of least resistance and put your own needs above that of a patient or colleague. The simplest way I found to ensure you always do the right thing is ask yourself on every single patient, whether it be the homeless drug addict in the emergency room with her fifth admission for an IV drug-related abscess, or a multimillionaire seeking cosmetic surgery, both which are patients I've encountered at one point in my training or career. What would I do if this was my grandparent, parent, sibling, spouse, child, etc.? If you picture your beloved family member sitting before you, the answer always becomes clear and you always have your heart in the right place with the decisions you will make. Every one of the thousands of patients you will encounter between now and your retirement possesses at least one of these titles. Additionally, never base your medical decisions and test ordering on fear of legal action or institutional pressures to attain certain numbers, billing values, etc. Use your diagnostic abilities to streamline care for your patients and ultimately save money and time and protect our hard-earned medical decision-making rights as physicians. Do not let the bureaucrats of the system dictate how you should care for your patients. They did not dedicate their lives to improving and saving others' lives. You did. Take care of your body, mind, and soul, and foster a happy family life and maintain extracurricular activities and hobbies outside of work. It is easy for type A personalities like many of us who pursue such an at times masochistic profession to lose sight of the life outside of work. If you have hobbies, do not let them slip away. They'll have to take a bit of a backseat during your 80-plus hour training weeks, but make time for what makes you happy and healthy outside of work. It will benefit you greatly and allow you to maintain work-life balance and satisfaction. You cannot give your best to your patients if you're not healthy and happy with yourself. I'd like to leave you with the words of Steve Jobs in a Stanford University convocation speech before his death. Stay hungry, stay foolish. I live by these words. I even have them tattooed on my body in Italian so that I see them every day in the mirror before I start my day. You are never going to change the game and improve our healthcare system and the lives of your patients if you become complacent and simply follow the path everyone else laid for you. Use the path as a guide, but always challenge yourselves to be better for your patients. Challenge the norms when you know they can be improved. If you have strong convictions, don't let anyone prevent you from attaining your goals by your methods. My entire life I've been marching to the beat of my own drum. It has not always made it easy for me, and I have ruffled feathers at times, but I assure you, I would not have anywhere near the level of personal and professional success and satisfaction I have attained at such a young age without being fearless, pushing boundaries, and thinking outside the box. I also guarantee you your successes will feel that much sweeter when you are authentic to you and attain your goals you attain your goals by your own methods. Let your failures be lessons. As I am sure you have realized by now, no one achieves great success in our world without a multitude of failures. Just ensure every failure leads to personal growth so the same mistakes are not repeated. In conclusion, remember to have confidence in who you are and how far you have come, but never forget how far you still have to go. Use that confidence to push boundaries and always strive to improve yourself in your field. Do not let the cancel culture we're living in beat you down, stifle your ingenuity or uniqueness, or deter your passion. Never ever be afraid to advocate for what you believe in, and never be deterred by negative opinions or advice of others. Learn and know your limits. Never be afraid to ask for help or admit when you are wrong. No one expects you to be perfect, just honest. Now go forth and use the great power and responsibility you have strived so hard to earn to impact lives positively. Treat others with respect and make the world around you a better place. The University of Illinois at Peoria has prepared you well. The education is world class. You are ready. Make all of us U of I alumni and the faculty who gave so much to you to this point proud. But most importantly, be relentless in the pursuit of your goals. And remember to always stay hungry and stay foolish. Thank you very much, and congratulations. Go forth and change the world, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Rossi. To offer a welcome from the University of Illinois College of Medicine, Peoria, is Dr. Meenakshi Iyer. Dr. Meenakshi Iyer serves as the Interim Regional Dean of the University of Illinois College of Medicine, Peoria, the 8th Regional Dean since the college was founded in 1970. At UE Comp, she holds the titles of Professor of Clinical Medicine and Head of the Department of Health Sciences Education, a department she helped design and create. Dr. Iyer received her medical degree from the Madhuri Kamaraj University in 1989. After medical school, she came to the United States to complete her internal medicine residency at the University of Louisville and the University of Illinois College of Medicine, Peoria. Dr. Iyer remained in Peoria and joined the faculty of the College of Medicine in 1996, following her residency. Dr. Iyer is an excellent clinician and nationally recognized medical educator. Since 1996, she has served in patient care as a general internist and in education as a faculty member in the Department of Internal Medicine, where her teaching roles have included resident supervision, serving as clerkship director for 3rd and 4th year medical students, and most recently as Associate Dean of Academic Affairs at UE Comp. Dr. Iyer's goal is to educate outstanding physicians who will be prepared to serve their patients through the provision of effective, high-quality healthcare in Illinois and across the nation. A great leader, clinician, student advocate, please welcome Dean Meenakshi Iyer.
Thank you, Dr. Hanks, for that warm introduction. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the convocation for the class of 2021. Respected Dean, faculty, students, family, and friends, it is indeed a great day today. Congratulations, doctors, on your graduations. Congratulations, class of 2021. This is a moment of celebration. It is a moment of celebration of your achievements and successes, celebration of your ability to overcome challenges and hurdles, celebrations of persistence and tenacity, celebration of friends, family, and everyone who walked with you to date, celebration of all the future opportunities as you step forward as physicians and doctors. A little over a year ago, medical school and patient care, as we all knew it, changed significantly. A pandemic was starting. Step exams were postponed indefinitely. Clinical rotations were on hold. There were more questions than answers, and future was uncertain. Now, a year later, many of those questions have been answered. Step exams were rescheduled, rotations resumed, you interviewed, and you built your rank list, you matched, you persevered, and you succeeded. Congratulations. Never waste a good crisis. This quote is attributed to Winston Churchill, the Prime Minister of Great Britain through World War II. And while the past year has presented more than its fair share of devastation and challenges, it has also spotlighted plenty of examples of what is good and positive. Acts of kindness and generosity, uniting around common causes, and accomplishing that which we never thought possible. These positive themes can be highlighted around three main areas. First, resiliency. I have seen so many of you and your upperclassmen and underclassmen rise to the occasion to go above and beyond to help one another, the community, and those in need. Second, innovation. The challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic have forced us to problem solve and create opportunities under new protocols and circumstances. We have used technology and resources to learn and serve in ways that we never imagined could have been possible. From the remote learning to Zoom meetings to virtual interviews, medical education as we knew it took on an entirely different look and feel in 2020. And some of that continues to this day, and some of you will go into the future and say, when I look back, 2020, that's when all these changes occurred. In our clinical setting, the ability to offer telehealth provided patients access to care and support for their health from their healthcare team. And third is adaptability. Time and again, I was amazed at the originality and creativity that businesses, organizations, families put forth. The images of family and friends celebrating birthdays or special occasions with a drive-by car parade or gatherings for Thanksgiving via FaceTime are ingrained in my mind as evidence of ways, big and small, that all of us have adapted through the COVID-19 pandemic. For centuries, pandemics, crises have wreaked havoc on human civilization, but they also sparked significant progress and ultimately changed lives for the better. For example, during the Spanish flu of 1918, the attention placed on improved sanitation practices led to hospital beds being changed from wood to metal over time. Who would have thought that? All of you are emerging from this crisis and stepping forth in an amazing world of opportunity. The time is right, and you are well prepared to provide high-quality, compassionate care to your patients. All of you will be innovators, you will be problem solvers, and you will help shape the future while ensuring you provide high-quality, compassionate care to your patients and their families. I'm sure that at some point you will be able to reflect on the long-term consequences of this very challenging times, and invariably, some of those outcomes will be good, even promising and life-changing for the better. As you step into your roles as physicians, healthcare providers, innovators, researchers, educators, take a few lessons with you. 1. New possibilities. When new circumstances prevent us from performing old habits and strategies, we have no other choice other than to adapt and innovate. This takes courage and trust, and if you are in a group situation, teamwork. Do the right thing with courage, conviction, and compassion. 2. Personal strength. Survivors of a crisis are often surprised at how well they handle the situation. This gives them confidence and self-efficacy to move forward and face future challenges. Take this energy, go forth, and make a positive difference. 3. Appreciation of life. Enjoy and appreciate what you have, but may have previously overlooked. Take the time to smell the roses. Enjoy the small and big things in life. 4. Relationship with others. As you go forward in your career, remember work-life balance. There will be occasions when you will have to miss a soccer game or two to take care of your patients. But make sure that you are there for those birthday celebrations, those tennis matches. They will mean a lot. They do mean a lot. And last, 5, spiritual change. Times of crisis lead us to reflect on our larger purpose, our place in our world, and how we are living out our core beliefs, upholding our core values. I am sure as you go forth, I hope that you uphold your core values, the values embedded in you by the University of Illinois College of Medicine, and the core values of our profession. Whether it's a global pandemic, a personal struggle, or professional challenge, tap into these strategies to grow from your experience. As the first four-year class graduating from the University of Illinois College of Medicine, Peoria, it has truly been my privilege and honor to have known all of you. I wish you all the very best and success in the future, and I look forward to hearing great things about your successes. Congratulations again, class of 2021.
Thank you, Dean Ayer. The class of 2021 has chosen Dr. Matthew Mishler to present the convocation address. Dr. Mishler received his undergraduate degree in biology from Bradley University. He received his medical degree from the University of Illinois College of Medicine, Peoria in 2003. He completed an internal medicine pediatric residency at the University of Michigan. Dr. Mishler is a clinical professor of internal medicine and pediatrics. He is a MedPeds hospitalist with a passion for medical education for both residents and students. He has served as the internal medicine clerkship director and sub-I director for many years. In 2019, he transitioned to become the internal medicine pediatrics residency program director at COM. He has won multiple teaching awards from medical students and residents over the years, including numerous Golden Apple Awards. Please welcome Dr. Matthew Mishler.
Thank you, Dean Hanks. Class of 2021, thank you for the opportunity to be here with you today. I'm honored to be speaking to you on your med school graduation today. Med school graduation is always one of my favorite days of the year. It takes me back to my graduation. It takes me back to sitting in the seats with Dean Hanks, receiving our doctorate. I remember the speakers at my graduation. I remember my classmate giving a phenomenally inspiring speech. So thank you for the opportunity to spend this day with you today. You know, it's like a time machine when it takes me back, and it always reminds me so much of the start of my medical school career. So, and my career as a resident. So thank you so much for letting me be a part of your day. Between my med school graduation and your graduation today, there's been so much that has changed in medicine. There's been new technologies, there's been new therapies for disease. Chronic diseases that we have today were acute diseases and often fatal diseases when I was in your seat not so long ago. Technology has evolved so far from where we were before. Charts are electronic. You'll never have to know how to write a paper script, which is fantastic. But in reality, as I was thinking about this today, the core of medicine, nothing has really changed. You know, the basic heart, the beating heart of medicine, and the core of what we do is the same. On your first day of residency, your patients will look at you with that same fear and apprehension in their eyes that my patients looked at me and still look at me today. You know, they'll wonder if this is a physician walking in the room who's going to listen to them, who's going to try to make something better for them, or who's not, because they've met physicians who haven't been able to do that for them. And it's the same look that I still get today that you will have. You're going to face the same self-doubts that we all did at the start of our residency. Am I ready to do this? Do I know enough to do this? Will I be ready when whatever it is that happens, happens? And slowly but surely, you're going to realize the answer to that question is yes, that you do know enough, that you are ready to do this, that this is what you were meant to do and called to do as a physician. When you're at the bedside as that person who is tending to the patient, listening to the patient, caring for the patient, you are following in the footsteps of so many physicians who have come before you, and you are laying the groundwork for so many physicians who will come after you. And more you'll start to realize how well you fill those shoes and how those shoes were made just for you to be practicing in this field. And one of the reasons I love this day so much is it is a reminder of the gift we get, the gift we're given as physicians to do this work, that we are allowed to do this work and trusted by other people to do this work. And how much of a gift it is that you are all joining us in this vocation today. We are very lucky to have your group joining us in this field. It reminds me how much power there is in your voice and in your actions as a physician. Individually, each of you individually have power in your voice and in your actions. And when we are collectively together as physicians, that power is amplified. Not the kind of power that politicians seek, not the kind of power that's a worldly power, but the kind that makes a difference for each individual person that comes to see you. however they come to see you, whether it's on a slide or in a radiology picture. You have the power to individually make a difference for each of those people. It always reminds me that no matter what changes, the relationship between a physician and their patient has always remained. No matter what has tried to come between that relationship, that individual relationship still persists, going back from the dawn of time to now. So that means that your power is in your hands, in your head, and in your heart to make a difference in the lives of each of those people who come to see you, a true positive difference. That doesn't mean that you'll cure every cancer or save every sick child who sees you or reverse every infection that somebody has. The point is not in being perfect or in trying to control forces that are outside of our control. We are not deities. We never have been, and it's never been the point. We will never be perfect. The point is that in your work, you can recognize that each person that comes to see you is a fellow human being, and they have a story that you are now a part of. And you can choose to, each of you have the power to make a difference just by your presence and your compassion and the dignity that you show this other person. Be present with your patients at the bedside. They want to know that you are there, and they want to know that you care about what happens to them or to their loved one. For all the technology we have, for all the different therapies that have advanced, that is the point. The point is for you to be present with your patients in the room. See each one of them for the individual that they are. That is the point of all of this work that we do. And it will always remain the point. The bedside is where all the other noise goes away. And it's just you and it's just your patient. Wherever that is for each of us, because we each practice in a different arena, that is where all the outside noise will disappear. And that is where your power lays. You can use it for every person that you see, and I promise you it will pay you back in full throughout your entire career. When you love the work that you do, we hear this said a lot. It isn't actually work. It's passion, it's magic, it's art, and it's beautiful. Love is not about everything being perfect. And that is not what medicine is about. There are going to be rough days. There will be days that will push you beyond any limit you've imagined and push you beyond that spot that you thought you could go. The love of our field is the love of giving of yourself for the good of another person. And that is truly one of the great gifts of being a physician, is the opportunity to love the work that we do and the opportunity to share that joy with each patient that you see, to be the doctor that made a difference one patient at a time, because you can each be that doctor for each of your patients, the one that they always talk about that made a difference for them or for their family member. This year has been absolutely insane, and we are all still sharing in this narrative of a global pandemic, of social injustice, of institutional racism in healthcare, of inequality in care and access. So many things that we are all sharing and part of a narrative that you have very much have been and will be an ongoing part of. We've reached a point where to move forward, we have to look back at where we've been with an incredibly honest lens, and we have to change the narrative of who we will be. I've heard it said that your generation has to change healthcare and fix all of our mistakes. I don't believe that it's just your generation's job to do that. It is in the power of all of our voices together that we will move past where we have been. You will be leaders in that change along with us. The action in your words and the actions that you undertake will be what moves our field forward. It is not your generation alone that will do this. You will lead us in those actions, but we will also all be there with you along the way. So I'm going to leave you today with words that were said to me at my med school graduation. Take care of your patients like family, and you will always be respected and loved as a physician. Take care of each other, as each physician is another physician's greatest ally and support, and potentially a shoulder or a voice when they need it most. And most importantly, take care of yourself, because if we do not take care of ourselves as physicians, we are not equipped to deal with another patient's and another human being's needs and problems that they very much rely on us for. So take care of yourselves each and every day. Thank you for allowing me to be here with you today. I'm so excited to see where your careers lead you. Congratulations on this humongous day. Congratulations for all of your accomplishments. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mischler, for your inspiring words. Now we will proceed with the presentation of graduates. The wearing of academic gowns goes back to the 12th century, when the first universities were founded. It is often suggested that gowns and hoods were the simplest, most effective way of staying warm in unheated stone buildings that housed the medieval scholars. The significance of the caps and gowns worn in traditional convocation is described in your program. Each student traditionally wears a colored stole during graduation. Today, the color of the stole that the student would be wearing is on the left side of the student's slide, which is symbolic of the specialty that the student has chosen for a career. You will note there are 5 different honors denoted in the program and on the slide of the students. Traditionally, students wear medallions or cords to reflect the distinct and significant honor. One is a key on a maroon ribbon, symbolizing admission to the Alpha Omega Alpha Honor Medical Society. Admission to this honor society is limited to the top 20% of students elected in their senior year. The round medallion, worn on a green ribbon, is awarded to those graduates selected to graduate with honors in recognition of consistent academic excellence through all 4 years of medical school. This represents the top quartile of the graduating class across the College of Medicine. The round medallion on the blue ribbon represents membership to the Gold Humanism Honor Society, an initiative of the Arnold P. Gold Foundation. The Gold Humanism Honor Society comprises individuals who practice patient-centered medical care and model the qualities of integrity, excellence, compassion, altruism, respect, and empathy. No more than 15% of the members of the class can be selected. The medallion on the crimson ribbon is worn by the James Scholars, about whom you will learn more when the graduates are announced. A turquoise ribbon holds the medal of our Rural Student Physician Program, RSPP, participants. The RSPP track is in longitudinal integrated clerkship during phases that provide students interested in rural medicine the opportunity to spend more time in community-based preceptor offices. A gray stole or blue cord represents students in the Urban Health Program. This program supports and fosters the development of minorities underrepresented in medicine. We will now proceed with the presentation of the medical degree to our students. The class of 2021 have chosen faculty who they recognize as exceptional teachers, advocates, and mentors. I am honored to present Dr. Ryan El-Khattah and Dr. Jonathan Fisher to present our graduating class. They will each announce half the class of 2021. Dr. Ryan El-Khattah is an assistant professor of clinical obstetrics and gynecology. Dr. El-Khattah, originally from Beirut, Lebanon, received his undergraduate degree in science from the American University of Beirut, Lebanon. Dr. El-Khattah received his Doctor of Medicine from the American University in Beirut in 2006. He attended residency at East Tennessee State University in Johnson City, Tennessee, graduating in 2014. Dr. El-Khattah then completed a minimally invasive gynecologic surgery fellowship at University of Tennessee, Chattanooga Women's Surgery Center in 2016. Dr. El-Khattah came to the University of Illinois College of Medicine in Peoria, Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology in 2016. Since 2019, he has served as the program director for COM Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology. Dr. Fisher is a clinical assistant professor in the Department of Health Sciences, Education, and Pathology. Dr. Fisher, originally from Tremont, Illinois, received his undergraduate degree, biology and pre-med, from Augustana College in Rock Island in 2006. He received his Doctor of Philosophy in Molecular Cell Biology in 2014 from Washington University School of Medicine in St. Louis, Missouri, and completed a postdoctoral fellowship at Wake Forest University in 2016. In 2016, Dr. Fisher joined the UE-COM Department of Health Sciences Education and Pathology. Dr. Fisher is the Phase 1 Cell Biology and Histology course director. He also serves as a college lead for Block 1, Body Systems and Homeostasis. Dr. El-Khattal will begin with the first half of the graduates, followed by Dr. Fisher, who will continue with the remaining graduates.
It is my pleasure to present the graduating class of 2021. Dr. Marissa Yari Asensio. Dr. Asensio is specializing in psychiatry. She will train at the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics in Iowa City, Iowa.
Dr. Michelle Beetler is graduating with honors. Dr. Beetler is specializing in emergency medicine. She will train at the University of Illinois College of Medicine, St. Francis Medical Center in Peoria, Illinois.
Dr. Brett James Bonning. Dr. Bonning is specializing in emergency medicine. He will train at the University of Illinois College of Medicine, St. Francis Medical Center in Peoria, Illinois. Dr. Ellen Seeley. Dr. Seeley is specializing in internal medicine pediatrics. She will train at the University of Illinois College of Medicine, St. Francis Medical Center in Peoria, Illinois. Dr. Timothy Chen, graduating with honors. Dr. Chen is specializing in diagnostic radiology after completing a preliminary year in internal medicine at the Santa Clara Valley Medical Center in San Jose. He will train at the University of California, San Francisco in San Francisco, California. Dr. Sarah Christine Coe. Dr. Coe is specializing in general surgery. She will train at the McLaren Health Care System in Mount Clemens, Michigan. Dr. Michelle Famakinwa. Dr. Famakinwa is specializing in psychiatry. She will train at the University of Illinois College of Medicine, Unity Point in Peoria, Illinois. Dr. Nadia Ann Fayumi, graduating with honors. Dr. Fayumi is specializing in obstetrics and gynecology. She will train at the Baylor College of Medicine in Houston, Texas. Dr. Farida Folarin Amode. Dr. Folarin Amode is specializing in obstetrics and gynecology. She will train at the George Washington University in Washington, D.C. Dr. Natalia Agnieszka Grudzian. Dr. Grudzian is specializing in internal medicine. She will train at the Loyola University Medical Center in Maywood, Illinois. Dr. Keisha Henry. Dr. Henry is specializing in pediatrics and global health. She will train at the Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore, Maryland. Dr. Jeremy Huckleby, graduating with honors. Dr. Huckleby is specializing in orthopedic surgery. He will train at the Barnes Jewish Hospital in St. Louis, Missouri.
Dr. Matthew Wang. Dr. Wang is specializing in pediatrics. He will train at the Jacobi Medical Center, Einstein College of Medicine in Bronx, New York.
Dr. David Jackson, graduating with honors. Dr. Jackson is specializing in emergency medicine. He will train at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. Dr. Aubrey Yeager. Dr. Yeager is specializing in obstetrics and gynecology. She will train at the University of Illinois College of Medicine, St. Francis Medical Center in Peoria, Illinois. Dr. Laura Jorgensen, graduating with honors. Dr. Jorgensen is specializing in diagnostic radiology. After completing a transitional year at the University of Illinois College of Medicine, St. Francis Medical Center in Peoria, Illinois, she will train at the Mayo Clinic School of Graduate Medical Education in Rochester, Minnesota. Dr. Suke Kang. Dr. Kang is specializing in general surgery. She will train at the University of Illinois College of Medicine, St. Francis Hospital in Peoria, Illinois. Dr. Lauren Nash Kennedy, graduating with honors. Dr. Kennedy is specializing in urology. She will train at the Kansas University Medical Center in Kansas City, Kansas. Dr. Sophie Louise Kern. Dr. Kern is specializing in family medicine. She will train at the Amita Health St. Mary and Elizabeth Medical Center in Chicago, Illinois. Dr. Craig Ryan Kim, graduating with honors. Dr. Kim is specializing in diagnostic radiology. After completing a preliminary year of surgery at the Baylor College of Medicine in Houston, Texas, he will continue his training at the Baylor College of Medicine in Houston, Texas. Dr. Caroline Ashley Lewis. Dr. Lewis is specializing in physical medicine and rehabilitation. She will train at the ICANN School of Medicine, Mount Sinai in New York, New York. Dr. Daniel Scott McGowan, Jr., graduating with honors. Dr. McGowan will be completing a preliminary internal medicine residency at the University of Louisville School of Medicine in Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Nathan A. Nielsen, graduating with honors. Dr. Nielsen is specializing in internal medicine. He will train at the Barnes Jewish Hospital in St. Louis, Missouri. Dr. Daniel Nguyen. Dr. Nguyen is specializing in pathology. He will train at the University of California, Irvine Medical Center in Orange, California. Dr. Joshua Nordman. Dr. Nordman is specializing in internal medicine. He will train at the Barnes Jewish Hospital in St. Louis, Missouri. Dr. Nereida Ochoa. Dr. Ochoa is specializing in family medicine. She will train at the Texas Institute for Graduate Medical Education and Research in Laredo, Texas. Dr. Quincy Obagu. Dr. Obagu is specializing in diagnostic radiology. After completing a preliminary year of internal medicine at Loyola University Medical Center in Maywood, Illinois, he will continue his training at the University of Illinois College of Medicine in Chicago, Illinois.
Dr. Diana Otuwa. Dr. Otuwa is specializing in family medicine. She will train at the Presbyterian Intercommunity Hospital in Whittier, California. Dr. Christine G. Hay Pack. Dr. Pack is specializing in dermatology. After completing a preliminary year of internal medicine at Advocate Healthcare in Downers Grove, Illinois, she will train at the University of Illinois College of Medicine in Chicago, Illinois. Dr. Simon Park. Dr. Park is specializing in interventional radiology. After completing a transitional year at University of Illinois College of Medicine, St. Francis Medical Center in Peoria, Illinois, he will continue his training at the University of Illinois College of Medicine in Chicago, Illinois. Dr. Tommaso Raimondi. Dr. Raimondi is specializing in internal medicine. He will train at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas School of Medicine in Las Vegas, Nevada. Dr. Amit Rao is graduating with honors. Dr. Rao is specializing in interventional radiology. After completing a preliminary year of surgery at Northwestern McGaw Medical Center in Chicago, Illinois, he will continue his training at the University of Illinois Chicago Medical Center in Chicago, Illinois. Dr. Adnan Abdur Razak. Dr. Razak is specializing in internal medicine. He will train at the University of Illinois College of Medicine, St. Francis Medical Center in Peoria, Illinois. Dr. Francesca Rios. Dr. Rios is specializing in emergency medicine. She will train at the University of Miami-Jackson Health System in Miami, Florida. Dr. Aaron Ruderman. Dr. Ruderman is specializing in neurology. He will train at the University of Illinois College of Medicine in Chicago, Illinois. Dr. David Ruhlman. Dr. Ruhlman is specializing in emergency medicine. He will train at the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics in Iowa City, Iowa. Dr. Paul Saramatis. Dr. Saramatis is specializing in family medicine. He will train at the University of Chicago Medical Center, North Shore in Chicago, Illinois. Dr. Wade Smith is graduating with honors. Dr. Smith is specializing in orthopedic surgery. He will train at the Marshall University School of Medicine in Huntington, West Virginia. Dr. Natasha Spezia. Dr. Spezia is specializing in obstetrics and gynecology. She will train at the Mercy Hospital in St. Louis, Missouri. Dr. Jacob Stewart is graduating with honors. Dr. Stewart is specializing in family medicine. He will train at the St. Louis University School of Medicine in St. Louis, Missouri. Dr. Sarah Marie Taggy is graduating with honors. Dr. Taggy will be completing a preliminary surgery residency at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Alakia Thanagavalan. Dr. Thanagavalan is specializing in internal medicine pediatrics. She will train at the Medical College of Wisconsin affiliated hospitals in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Dr. Alexandria Weston. Dr. Weston is specializing in emergency medicine. She will train at the Indiana University School of Medicine in Indianapolis, Indiana. Dr. Lance Workman. Dr. Workman is specializing in family medicine. He will train at the University Hospitals in Columbia, Missouri. Dr. Zabib Yamani. Dr. Yamani is specializing in internal medicine. She will train at the Santa Clara Valley Medical Center in San Jose, California. Dr. Jane Zhang is graduating with honors. Dr. Zhang is specializing in dermatology. After completing a transitional year at the University of Chicago Medical Center North Shore in Chicago, Illinois, she will continue her training at the University of Illinois College of Medicine in Chicago, Illinois. James Scholars. These students are recognized for their extracurricular research and scholarly achievement. To be named a James Scholar, a student must be in the top 1/3 of the class and must develop a research protocol that is approved by a faculty committee and mentored by a faculty member. Dr. Adam Awad. Dr. Awad is specializing in general surgery. He will train at the University Hospitals in Columbia, Missouri. Dr. Aditya Ravindra. Dr. Ravindra is specializing in internal medicine. He will train at the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics in Iowa City, Iowa. Dr. George Elliott Sordinas. Dr. Sordinas is specializing in internal medicine. He will train at the University of Chicago Medical Center North Shore in Chicago, Illinois. Congratulations to everyone in the class of 2021.
Now I would like to introduce Dr. David Jackson to deliver the class of 2021 remarks. It has become a tradition at our college for the members of the graduating class to elect one of their own to provide class remarks. The class of 2021 has selected Dr. David Jackson. Let me give you a glimpse of what he has accomplished as a medical student. He embodies 3 facets of a physician: education, service, and leadership. Dr. Jackson, originally from Peoria, received a Bachelor of Science in Theater Arts from Bradley University and a Master's of Science in Biological Sciences at Northern Illinois University in DeKalb, Illinois. In 2017, he joined the University of Illinois College of Medicine Peoria family. Over the last 4 years, Dave has been involved in evaluating and providing feedback to faculty and administration on the Illinois medicine curriculum. He has participated in numerous volunteer and service efforts, including giving time for a COVID-19 triage center at Unity Point Health. In addition, he's held many leadership positions, and he has represented the needs of the students well on various committees, including serving on the Budget Advisory Committee. Dr. Jackson will be pursuing a career in emergency medicine and will train at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. Please welcome Dr. David Jackson.
Wow. Thank you so much for the introduction, Dr. Hanks. But I think more importantly, thank you and to all the faculty and staff, too many to name, for all of your guidance and support over these last 4 years. I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say we never would have been here without you. So thank you so much, and just keep doing what you're doing. To my classmates, I'm so honored to have been chosen to give these graduation remarks. I'm also wondering, what were y'all thinking? I mean, they told me this was should be a 5 to 7 minute talk. So here comes the final 30-minute ramble of Uncle Dave. Now, I'm sure many of you know this, but there is an old guinea pig saying of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Maybe it was Kelly Clarkson, but I think it was the guinea pigs. And I think as medical folks, we all know that doesn't necessarily always hold up, but I think it's fitting, especially given the origins. A lot's happened in the last 4 years, beyond what would normally happen during medical school. We're living still through a global pandemic. We are seeing the pervasiveness of racism in all of our institutions, including healthcare, highlighted by terrible tragedies. And we're living in a time of unrest that is maybe the worst since the 1960s. But here we are. We've matched and we're graduating. It's a time of celebration. But the grit and perseverance that you all have shown over these last 4 years should be an inspiration to anyone. I know it is to me. It's crazy to think, little less than 4 years ago, we were being indoctrinated into medical school with what felt like all of biochemistry in about 4 hours. That was a wild day. I think I knew, and many of you probably knew, that this was going to be different than anything else we'd attempted before. But I also think we knew that we were bringing together a pretty good group of people. Between rolling 40 deep into a restaurant, obviously frowned upon now, to backyard barbecues at my parents' house while they were out of town, we had a lot of fun, we had a lot of good times. Now, the only caveat to all that awesomeness, never let Simon know where your face shield is in anatomy lab. For real. I'm just messing with you, Simon. But anyways, that was just the beginning of our bonds, and they've just continued to grow stronger. One of my favorite things during fourth year was being on a random rotation at the hospital and running into a classmate that maybe I hadn't seen in over a year. So that was pretty awesome. But I know this is a time of celebration and reflection on the last 4 years, but I think we should also be looking forward. Extreme challenges are going to continue to present themselves throughout residency, our careers, and in our personal lives. And as we move forward, the consequences of how we react to these challenges is going to move from being put just on us to affecting the patients that we care for. That's a different deal. So I'm going to share with you some things that are important to me and that I tell myself as I move into this next phase. I don't want to be preachy here or tell people what to do, but just really want to share these things that really give me hope and optimism as I move forward. So the first thing I tell myself is to always be open to change, especially within myself. The world around us is always going to change, but we're also going to encounter new challenges, meet new people that's going to change our perspectives. I say embrace that change in perspective and the change in opinions and actions that comes with it. If you asked me 5 years ago what's important to me, it'd be very different than what's important to me now. And a lot of that is due to meeting you and learning all your different perspectives. So I think it's just an awesome, healthy thing to allow that change within ourselves while also maintaining our core values. The other thing, as we talk about what changes and what becomes important, is to know that we can do anything. Take it from an old man who's up here rambling to you by some miracle. That's a joke, but really, this is the beginning. We can shape our careers and our lives into whatever we want it to be. I know there's going to be a lot of forces that make that seem extremely challenging, but I really believe it's possible. And then finally, we should do what makes us happy. I don't mean that in an instant happiness kind of way. As my psychiatry rotation friends know, I'm kind of a type 2 fun guy. But really what I mean is whatever's important to you in your professional life is truly what you should pursue. If we put all of our energy and effort into those things that are most important to us, I think that's truly going to make us happy in the long run. And then on the other side of that, whatever makes you happy outside of work, do that too, for sure. So I know it's all an oversimplification, but I really think these things, along with humility, hard work, and kindness, are going to allow us to be true facilitators of healing. We're going to help our patients and their families heal physically, mentally, and emotionally. That's our greatest privilege and a monumental responsibility that should never be understated. But we're also going to help heal the many social problems that inflict so much unnecessary suffering on millions of people, as well as help heal our healthcare system and make it one that truly puts patients first while also supporting those that care for those patients. None of this is going to be easy, that's for sure. It's going to feel overwhelming. It's going to feel like every step is a misstep at times, but that's okay. That's what all the grit and perseverance that's been cultivated over these last 4 years was for. But I think most importantly, we realize the immense value in having supportive peers around us during tough times. Someone to bring a little levity, kind words, or just a supportive presence during a difficult situation. Sitting here in this TV studio, it's really hard for me to fully express how much you all mean to me. And thank you so much for going through this journey with me. I wouldn't have been able to make it without you. I'm sure you all feel the same way about each other. You all are awesome. I can't wait to see what everyone does. Special shout out to Table 4, my RSPP cohort, and the ErgMed crew. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. I look forward to seeing everything you accomplish within your career. As this part of our celebration comes to a close, UEComp Class of 2021, you now join the University of Illinois Alumni Association. We welcome you with open arms. You are transitioning to the next phase of your journey. Your professional life is starting a new chapter. Embrace it. Make the most of each and every day. Doctors, go forth and make a difference in the world. I wish you all a very successful and rewarding career and life ahead of you. I wish you all the very best. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes this portion of our convocation ceremony. Please join us for the second part of our live hooding ceremony later this morning. Thank you.